Shalom. Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, Bahashem Rakakadash, for blessing me with the spirit to do this lesson. And jump right into it. You see this image I got on the screen. This is a Kentucky judge, and he was he was put to death by his a sheriff's deputy in his chambers in his courthouse, man. Right? There's a lot going on with E right now. E is he's losing it big time. And so much that he's hey, he's turning against his own people, man. The curses are definitely falling on these heathen nations, man. And this ain't it. This is not the end of it, man. It's gonna get worse. It's gonna get more vicious. You don't really hear about stories like this about judges being put to death and being deleted in their own courthouse, you know, especially not from a deputy, a sheriff, in the courthouse. So there's a lot speculating on it, and everybody trying to find a motive. If you ask me, they had some kind of entanglement going on, man. You can never tell with E. You can't tell with Esau either, man. They're vile people, man. So yeah, it's this is the downfall of this devil. We're we're witnessing the downfall of this devil, man. And it's a beautiful thing, right? Because the Lord said he was going to bring division. In that division, let's get Isaiah 19. Brothers know where I'm going. Isaiah 19 and verse 19 and verse 2. It says, wait, let me see. Yeah, let me start at 1. Isaiah 19 and 1. The burden of Egypt being America, man. The modern day Egypt is America, Babylon the Great. It says, behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud, right? And shall come into Egypt. Who's that? Who's the Lord, man? Yahushua, right? A swift cloud meaning a chariot, a so-called UFO. It says, and shall come into Egypt, shall come into Babylon, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence. So it's going to be great destruction. And the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it, meaning all its works, right? The spirit that's in America, man, which is wickedness and evil. Verse 2, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. So it's going to be division from on high and division on low, man. And these devils, they're going to turn on each other. They got all of these guns and, they stocking up on ammo. It's for their own people, man. Right? This is how you know we at the end of America, Babylon the Great, where you got judges being deleted in their own courthouse by their own people, man. Right? So that's the time we living in. So I'm going to play it, man. I don't want this to be too long. Yahweh Shem Yahushua willing to elect be edified. Shalom.
A developing story out of eastern Kentucky. A Letcher County district judge is dead after authorities say the county sheriff shot and killed him in the judge's chambers yesterday afternoon. Today, Sheriff Sean Steins is in jail while police try to pinpoint a motive. And we're hearing from the Commonwealth's attorney in that area who knew Judge Kevin Mullins well. Our Isaiah Kim Martinez and senior photojournalist Alyssa Newton are talking to attorneys and former judges here in Louisville who are troubled by this deadly shooting.
A disturbing display of violence playing out inside an eastern Kentucky courthouse.
See, for the longest, man, since I can remember for decades and centuries, you know, Esau Edom has been using his blessing, which is the sword, to annihilate you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. So now it's time for, this devil to have these curses put on him and use it against his own people now, man. Because the Lord is causing a transition to happen in the earth, man. Where you got one people rising up and the other people falling. I don't need to tell you who it is. But when you read 2nd Ezra, chapter 6, right, it says, verse 8, it says, and he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Esau hand held first the heel of Jacob, signifying that it was going to be Jacob that was going to bring Esau down. Jacob being the Israelites, right? You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and Esau being the so-called white race. It says, for Esau is the end of the world, and we at the end. And who's in rulership? Esau, Edom. It says, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, man. So the new kingdom, the inheritance, right? That's going to fall upon Jacob, the Israelites. You so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Americans. It's our time, man. The Lord is judging our oppressors. He's judging our enemies. And they're enemies to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua as well. Right? Because the Lord hates Esau Edom. Despite what this devil try to get you to believe, the Lord hates Esau Edom, the so-called white race, man. Right? So, yeah, this is how you know who's going up and who's coming down. Let's continue.
Letcher County District Judge Kevin Mullins shot and killed in his own chambers, and authorities believe it was the sheriff, Sean Steins, who pulled the trigger and shot him multiple times. Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear's latest comments.
Now, I know there's a whole lot that's out there on the internet and elsewhere. This is an active, ongoing investigation.
The rural community of just over 20,000 people rattled as investigators try to confirm a motive.
We could use everybody's prayers, send prayers for the family that they get through this difficult time.
Matt Butler, the state prosecutor for the...
And you could tell these some racist devils over there, man. You can tell, man. You can look all on them, and you can tell they some racist devils, man. Talking about pray. Man, listen, your prayers don't count, Esau.
The area on Facebook sharing his personal connection to the judge.
His daughters are my nieces, and that my two oldest kids are his niece and nephew.
The tragic news came as a shock to so many across the state, including attorneys and former judges right here in Louisville, who were quick to denounce any kind of violence inside the courthouse. I sat down with retired District Court Judge Janice Martin.
It affects us all when you see violence like this, because you don't.
And a lot of these judges, man, they are some of the worst, man. They the most unfair, right? They claim they bringing justice, but these judges, they work for a system that tells them how to judge, man. They don't judge off of what they hear. These are not even real judges, man. They're magistrates, right? They do what they told, man. They don't judge righteously, right? If you a so-called Negro, if you steal a pack of cookies, you could get 40 years. You get 40 years. If you a so-called white man and you steal a pack of cookies, they slap you on the wrist and tell you, go ahead, get out of here. Don't come in here no more. Right? This place is not just. This place is not balanced. Right? And the Lord said it would be like that in Habakkuk. So this is why the judgment is spring forth, man. Habakkuk chapter 2. Let me see. is 1. Habakkuk 1 and verse 4. Therefore the law is slacked, and judgment doth never go forth. Right? For the wicked doth compass about the righteous. Right? So the wicked ruleth over the righteous. Therefore wrong judgment proceedeth. So in they courthouses, they jails, the medical field, the Israelites, the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, they're not cared for the same way these other nations are cared for, man. The whole system is geared against the Israelites. So when things like this happen, we don't give a shit, man. Because it's justice from Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, our Father, who's fighting for us, man. Our Father, our Heavenly Father, and Big Brother, right? Our King. So, hey, man, I ain't gonna lose no sleep tonight, man.
Anticipate someone getting shot outside a courthouse, somebody as a judge getting shot in their chambers, much less by a law enforcement officer. So it's very disturbing.
And former prosecutor attorney Carl Price.
I was shocked. Had to take a deep breath because, of course, we work in the court system. But generally, the deputies who carry the firearms in the courtroom, first and foremost, are like family to the judges, right? So you feel safe in that regard.
There are questions surrounding a federal lawsuit against Sheriff Steins, accused of turning a blind eye to one of his deputies sexually abusing a woman in that same judge's chambers.
It would be a locked area, and only the judge and his staff would have access to that.
Attorney Kent Wicker of Louisville telling me he'll be watching closely to see what investigators conclude to be the motive.
The motive suggests this is really a one-off, or does the motive suggest that there's a systematic problem that needs to be corrected by?
Yeah, it's a systematic problem. You devils are in rulership, man. You devils are in power. The sooner you get out of power, the better off the world will be, man.
Different policy measures. So that's what I'd want to know.
Mullins died at the scene and Steins surrendered to authorities. A KSP spokesperson saying the sheriff is charged with first-degree murder. Isaiah Kim Martinez, WHAS 11, on your side.
Today, Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear was asked about this shooting. Take a look at what he said.
Now, I know there's a whole lot that's out there on the internet and elsewhere. This is an active, ongoing investigation. As a former prosecutor and the former AG, I'm not going to comment on any pieces of it to make sure that the state police can continue that investigation. They will follow the evidence when they have it. They will comment on motive, and then it will be prosecuted by the Commonwealth Attorney, Jackie Steele.
The Kentucky Attorney General Russell Coleman says his office will collaborate with a Commonwealth's attorney in the region as special prosecutors in a criminal case.
So there it is, man. And guess what? Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua is the one that brought this forth, man. Right? See, he got a lot of dirt, man. That he hides. That sooner or later is gonna come up. These devils are being exposed. These devils are losing their money, their riches, their wealth, their neighborhoods, what they've built off of rape, rob, and murder. They're losing. So they're losing it, man. They're losing it. But hey, the Egyptian against the Egyptian is prophecy. 2 Esdras 15 and 16. It says, "For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes." So a judge will be considered a prince, of the system that has some kind of power, right? It says, "And the course of their actions shall stand in their power." And what was in his power? He had his sword and he used it. And he said, I'm gonna do justice according to how I want to do it. But little did he know it wasn't him, man. It was Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua that used his red ass, man. right? And that's the way it went. Because this is what's going to happen in these last days, man. The sword is going to be used. And when I say sword, is the modern day sword is the gun. That's going to be used a lot in these last days. Job 19:29. Be ye afraid of the sword, for wrath bringeth the punishments of the sword. And what? This devil, he was in his full wrath. Right? He probably told the judge, and let me talk to you. Let me talk to you, man. Let's go in the chamber. And he went in the chambers and he murked him. Why? Because he was upset, man, for some reason. Like I said, I can speculate, but I'm gonna just, say what I think it is, man. They probably had a relationship going on. Right? It says, be ye afraid of the sword, for wrath bringeth the punishments of the sword, that ye may know there's a judgment. And that judge knew it was a judgment. And Esau is going to realize that the sword that his blessing is going to be used for his destruction, man. Right? Because what? There's wrath building up throughout the whole earth, man. These other countries, these other kings, and these other parts of the earth, they ready to unleash their wrath upon America, man. So these devils is, if they're not taking each other out, everybody gonna, have a hand in taking them out soon, man. Thus saith the Lord. Right? Let's get this last one. We're gonna shut it down. This is Psalms chapter 59, verse 10. Right? It says, the power, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, of my mercy shall prevent me. The Most High, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, shall let me see my desire upon my enemies, man. And Esau Edom is the head enemy of the nation of Israel, man. Because this is David, an Israelite, a Jew. It says, slay them not, lest my people forget. Right? Slay them not, lest my people forget. Scatter them by thy power. And Esau Edom is scattered, right? And bring them down, O Lord, our shield. For the sin of their mouth and the words of their lips, let them even be taken in their pride. Because Esau Edom is the most prideful on the planet, man. And they're about to be brought low. It says, and for cursing and lying, which they speak, because that's all this devil knows is cursing and lying. This devil is unable to tell the truth. Whatever, if the so-called white man is talking, he's lying, man. Right? Verse 13. Consume them in wrath. And that's what this is how they're going to be consumed, man, with the Lord's wrath. It says, consume them that they may not be, and let them know that the Most High Yahweh Shem Yahushua ruleth in Jacob unto the ends of the earth. Say lie, man. So the power of the heavens and the earth is only the power of Jacob, man. Jacob represents the Israelites. He's the forefather, the progenitor of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, man. So-called Negro, Latino, and Native Americans. Everybody else, the Lord don't give a damn about you, man. And you're about to witness that firsthand. So, hey, I just wanted to touch on this. Yahweh Shem Yahushua, willing to elect beatified. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, Bahashem Rakakadash, for blessing me with the spirit to do this lesson. Hey, man, we on the time of this devil falling hard, man. To the next lesson. Shalom.